let's dive in.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other topic for today, right? It's about skills. Like we've seen the stats.
We saw skill tiers.
Still skill tier.
Yeah.
So TLDR, skill tier replaces skill power and skills scale directly with it,
Great.
right? Just straight
There'll
off.
be a lot of questions. We'll answer as many as we can.
Yeah. So straight up, like you equip this item that has skill tier on it, which is only available as a core attribute.
Right.
You improve your skills directly. No modding or anything required to scale.
So I'm going to ask some dumb questions. These pair of gloves will add +1 to your skill tier.
Yeah, and there's 6 skill tiers. That's why there's little segments to the bar.
Are there items that will add more than 1 to your skill tier?
No, not currently.
All right. So there's not like a
No,
magical longbow
No.
+3.
because
Like-
that means
Alright.
you can wear 6 pieces. If you wear all 6 pieces yellow or
Okay.
what with skill tier, then you have skill tier 6 and the most powerful skills.
But
Gotcha.
we do have some mechanics that you'll get into that can
Right,
play
yeah.
with your skill tiers.
Obviously,
that we
this
won't.
is the base of it,
Yeah.
and then we toy with it.
Because there's over 9,000 level, pretty much, right? Like
pretty
there's
much.
something beyond skill
Ye-
tier 6
yeah.
that we'll talk about soon.
So anyway, you equip this, and you'll see in your summary, you'll see skill tier go up. You'll see like your whole skill tier there, and then you can look at your skills. In this case, a turret, and see, oh, I'm in tier 2. This is how good my turret is now,
Okay.
and that's like pretty straightforward. Every skill has a different setup for what it scales. I think the next screenshot is, just Reinforcer Chem Launcher. So that has other stats that scale when you have higher skill tiers, right? So really straightforward. If you're wearing a lot of yellows, your skills will be very good,
Okay.
right?
Going just a question I see here. So you have ammo, radius, duration, and health, or heal. Sorry. Over the 6 skill tiers for this, are there any different variables, or are they the same variables at different levels? Or does it mechanically change?
Well, you get what's on that tier, not that tier and all above.
Yeah, but
so
we're
they
not-
do have the same, but later they might add even more powerful things in the later tiers for some of them.
Different variables, or just
Yeah,
higher amounts?
it could
of-
be like, okay, at tier 4 and above, this thing gets like plus range or something, only for like high skill tier users.
Interesting.
But I don't even know if I brought a screenshot of that. One of the, let's sneak peek what the next thing is.
Ooh.
So like, yeah, this.
We'll have to go back and forth between
Yeah.
these two. You can kind
It's
of
a little
it.
subtle because this is like a tier 1 and a tier 2 flame turret, but you can kind of see how
So
it grows in width here, for instance, like how broad the flame
cone,
is
yeah.
for the turret.
Yeah.
I didn't capture a screenshot of that, but we'll see it later. You can also see on a skill in the world, let's say you're in the dark zone, which tier it's at.
All right.
You're like, look at it, and it'll say a little battery in 6. Okay, that's a tier 6 turret. I'm gonna watch out for that thing. So you understand what's coming at you.
Can you just go back between those two? Oh, sorry.
All right,
yeah,
these two? Just
so we
gonna
can
do
see.
the...
So if you don't know what you're looking at, see here in the second one, the cone
The
is
red
slightly
cone.
wider, and if we go back, it's slightly.
Yeah, and then maybe that's not the best, but we'll have the best way to exemplify it. But like just looking at the actual stats, you can see how it grows for each skill tier here in this image, right?
And correct me if I'm wrong, we have video
Yeah.
that is very difficult to not see
We'll talk about
the
that
net effect.
Yeah.
in
of-
just a sec. Before
yeah.
before we get to what that video is and spoilers, it's about an overcharged thing. We'll talk about that in a sec. The big question I've seen in chat quite a few times is skill mods. Where does that factor into this whole thing?
And you'll still have skill mods, specifically all the ones that you already looted, and they will work pretty similar to like weapon mods in their power level. They'll add like little percent modifiers to all of these different things depending on what mods you put in there. But I'd say like if you forget to put mods on your skill, you're still fine. Like the main scaling is going to come
Just
from your
fine-tuning.
gear. This is more fine tuning. Hey, I want to put like duration mods, whereas I want to put damage mods or health mods.
Okay, what's the qualifier for putting those on? Because right now you need X
Nothing.
amount of skill power.
Nothing. And I have a screenshot at the end, I think, where we should just show that. It's just little extra bonus values on there.
Okay, all right.
It's a recal question.
Yeah,
that-
we'll
that's
save
a
that
recap
for later.
question. We'll come
Let's
back-
keep
we'll come back
going
to
with
that.
the skills. So the other thing is, when you go over 9,000, well, no, when you go to a specific state, a new keyword called Overcharge, your skills go nuts. They go super powerful. But
Yeah.
that's just accessible temporarily
Okay.
from talents, typically exotics or gear sets, but
There's
some
there's
high
a
ends
few
as well.
sources, but
Yeah.
they're very controlled.
Okay.
And this is meant to be very
Right.
similar to a more traditional like bloodlust mechanic for any
Bloodlust
of the,
is a good, yeah.
yeah.
So here, for instance, you can see this is a high-end talent called Energize, where you can get overcharge for your skills if you're already at tier 6, if you use an armor kit.
Yeah, because right now, so let's say I'm skill tier 5.
Yeah. Then you just gain
You get
one
tier
skill
6,
tier.
right?
But if you're already at max, you gain overcharge in this particular
Yeah.
case. Other talents on gear sets, for instance, might grant overcharge no matter what tier you're already at. And yeah,
I believe there's an exotic
that grants
does
it.
that in particular. So you could, and again, these are on some not insignificant cooldowns, but you can potentially boost or overcharge your entire group or party to
For a couple of seconds.
for a few seconds.
So we might be playing together, and you do whatever it is that triggers that talent, and everybody gets a notification that they're in overcharge. So even if I'm, a gun DPS player, for that brief moment, my skills are crazy.
Yeah.
So I was saying like overcharged foam would just freeze you forever. Just like you just Han Solo, like just
It just shoots you into
Just go.
orbit, like,
Yeah.
and then you're gone. You blink out.
So, but we have an example. So, like we showed the flame turret before, right? So this is what it would look like if you're a full tier 6 build. I just wanted to screenshot a build that had full skill tiers, just for people to have a visual of that, right? So you had full skill tier, maybe you have that energized talent, and you proc it, right? Then you go into overcharge, and let's say you throw out your flame turrets, right?
that's a big con.
Well,
That's,
yeah. So now you can see the little blinky thing. So this is a flame turret on overcharge. And I've purposefully made it stay in overcharge here just to demonstrate it, but obviously this is just a temporary effect, and it
Doesn't last this long.
It stops doing that when the talent you saw drops down.
All right, again, this is a work in progress, like dev
Right,
build.
yeah.
It's just kind of to show you what could happen.
Yeah, so like your restore hive or like repair hive, all the repair drones go quick as darts all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
like repairing everybody crazy fast.
Do you
and
have any
stuff.
other favorites?
The ballistic shield
Yeah.
going temporarily invulnerable, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, it gets enough regen where it's practically invulnerable.
Essentially
Yeah.
becomes invulnerable. Yeah.
Seeker Mines, I would have a question on that.
Some of
Does-
them just gain more power, right?
Sure.
Just
I'm
more
just like,
damage. Not all of
theory
them do
crafting.
exotic effects, so to
okay.
speak.
So let's say I reach overcharge
Yeah.
level, I drop a Seeker Mine. Does that Seeker Mine still have overcharge until it explodes, or does it have overcharge for the duration of the overcharge, and then does it lose it before it
Seeker Mine
explodes?
specifically grabs the overcharge as you deploy them. It's
And it
kind
will
of
retain
different.
it until it explodes.
Yeah, so it's kind of different. So like a turret, you probably maybe placed it in advance. So we wanted that to transfer even if you get overcharged while it's
Okay.
out. So we kind of chosen it based on what feels best for each skill.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's kind of
Interesting.
a lot to take in, but let me just go to the example of here's some mods for a reviver hive or for a hive. So they're just little extra bits and bobs you can put on there. So you still have mods, but you don't have to keep as many of them around.
Cool. But no skill power requirement.
No, and that's why. You don't have to have one for skill power 500 and one for 1,000, one for 3,000. You just need your highest rolled one,
Great.
right?
I like that.
And keep in mind, I know we've mentioned it, but I think it's worth repeating. All of the numbers that you guys see are a work in progress.
Yeah.
Like we're still
Balancing
fine-tuning
and
balancing
tuning, yeah.
things. So
Very cool. Well, I mean, that's mega exciting.
Yeah, I think it's part of the whole making it intuitive. Like I equip some skill tier, my skills are better, and,
Yeah.
and they just are.
Yeah.
Someone asked what happens with battery mods.
I think they've lost their charge completely. Is
They
what
ran
happens
out
to them.
of,
They ran out of juice.
You guys abused and
It's
used
the post-apocalypse.
too much.
They you can't keep batteries around forever.
Yeah.
No, I think these are all like they're big changes. So I
Mhm.
understand people are going to have to sit with
Sure,
a new
absolutely.
reality a little bit and let it sink in, and then obviously experience it
Mm.
and get their hands on it to
Yeah.
really feel it. I haven't had a chance to play this yet, but it looks really cool.
Definitely should have you in.
Yes.